owls. Barn owls are large birds with white, heart-shaped faces. They are found all over the world. Barn owls live near fields, pastures, and any places where voles and other small animals are found. Barn owls swallow their prey whole, but they cannot digest the bones, fur, claws, and teeth of their prey. About 20 hours after feeding, barn owls regurgitate or spit up these bits. They come up as oval balls of fur and bones called owl pellets. The pellets are from 3.75 to 7.5 centimeters cm long. Barn owls don't tear or chew their prey. For this reason, the pieces of a complete skeleton of a small rodent can almost always be found in a pellet. Sometimes a pellet might contain the remains of several small animals. You can use a magnifying glass and toothpicks to pull a pellet apart. Then, you can put together at least one skeleton of a barn owl's meal from the pellet. Barn owls aren't the only birds that spit up pellets. All owls regurgitate indigestible parts of their food as pellets. Owl pellets can tell scientists the numbers and kinds of small prey that live in an area. Homestead Cave. Scientists found Homestead Cave while studying the Great Basin Desert west of Salt Lake City, Utah. Homestead Cave is a cave where owls roost. Inside the cave, scientists found piles of owl pellets. They studied the pellets for 3 years to find out what prey the owls had eaten. The owl pellets in the cave were piled 2 meters deep. The scientists dated the bones and discovered that the owl pellets had been piling up for the past 10,000 years. Owls that had lived thousands of years ago had roosted in the cave and spit up the oldest of the pellets. The oldest pellets were at the bottom layers of the pile. The darkness and cool temperature in the cave had preserved the pellets for thousands of years. No humans had disturbed this protected cave. Scientists identified the bones of 22 kinds of small mammals. They found wood rats, mice, voles, rabbits, and shrews of many kinds. Scientists figured out which animals lived in the area at different times. They compared the bones in each layer of the pile to animals living there now. They determined how the numbers and kinds of animals in the community changed over time. An owl pellet. Then scientists added climate data to their findings. They made a table of the climate and listed the animals that lived during that time. They observed how the numbers and kinds of animals changed as the climate changed over 10,000 years. They discovered that some kinds of small mammals were present only during times when the climate was warmer. When the climate was colder, different small mammals were common in the area. Rebecca Terry was one of the biologists studying Homestead Cave. She was a student in college at the time. Her findings are helping biologists predict how climate change in the future will impact the small mammals in the Great Basin. This information will help scientists develop plans to protect the habitat of the animals living in the Great Basin. Biologist Rebecca Terry studies owl pellets to reconstruct ancient environments in the Great Basin.